Hi, hi everyone. It's me, Giovanni, and today, uh, well, I just feel like I just keep running out of video ideas. I mean, I remember what I want to do for one thing, but I don't know. Right now, I just feel rather. I don't know. I feel a little exhausted, but I'm fine. I'm fine. It's just. Remember about my last video? I just watched it earlier, and well, I decided to do some research, just to be safe. And so about the OC, a man who's apparently a sex god. I found it pretty obvious from the bio of the account, and the character is that they are socially awkward, and even though they lost their virginity to some demon lady, I don't know. I mean, succubus is technically a demon. I mean, if it was obvious, maybe. Who cares, really? Anyway, so they obviously live in their own world. It's obvious, and it's completely fine. But still, just everything else, just why? Seriously, why? So I checked on their character bio, and well, they are socially awkward. They apparently lost their virginity to this demon lady. I don't care if they're a demon or not, but anyway, it was a setup without either of them knowing about it, but apparently a serum was implanted into the character who lost his virginity, and it mutated him. It had a mutation that made him into a sex god. Apparently, he's like, there's a secret society, and they like I don't know, wanted a new Adam. Like, I already know that it's basically like, if you know about the Bible or the Book of Genesis, you obviously know the story of the first ever humans, Adam and Eve. Adam. Most people know about Eve and how. Most people know about both of them, but Eve especially, she was the one who ate the forbidden fruit by a snake. The snake tricked her into eating the fruit, and she gave Adam the fruit. He ate the fruit, and God punished them and banned them from their sanctuary, the Garden of Eden. And a week ago, I found out that Adam and Eve had children, 3 sons. Cain, Abel. I don't know if I'm saying that right, but whatever. And Seth. 3 sons. Now, Adam and Eve, they're mostly just remembered where they first existed. They were they they were seen in a garden, mostly naked, and they were unashamed of it. Most of the time, they would either be straight up nude or covered by leaves or some kind of cloth covering their private parts, especially with Eve, with her hair covering her breasts. So, yeah. Yeah. Anyway. About this OC becoming like a new Adam, it's weird. But, you know, when I looked up about sex and if pregnancy can happen if someone just had sex just one time, but apparently that's not the case. A woman can't get pregnant by just having sex just one time. Even if they're a virgin, if it's their first time having sex with someone. So it's weird. But basically, and due to certain genes, mostly in a man's body, I'm pretty sure their sperm cannot produce children, or I don't know. I mean, I can't actually remember about that, but all I know is that women cannot get pregnant by having sex once, just once. They cannot get pregnant by just having sex once. They have to do it like multiple times, like 2 to 3 times a week or something. But all I know is that even with mostly the men, some genetics or their like DNA, I don't know, and I really don't care. It's almost like, regardless, if you have sex once, even without protection, or if the male's genes aren't good enough, then the woman is not able to have children inside of them, which is kind of a relief, because for me, sex just in general, it still grosses me out. I'm sorry, but it still does. I just can't deal with it. Especially if it's shown in explicit detail, and I mean it. I hate it. It's disgusting. Even since it's mostly seen on porn sites and Twitter, DeviantArt, because that's what happens when certain things are not on YouTube or any other social media platform like TikTok or Instagram. I don't know. But then again, YouTube is trying to be kid-friendly as much as possible, even though people are allowed to curse and talk about sex, nudity, and stuff like that. But anyway, sex, porn, incest, stuff like that. On YouTube, no. Just no. No, nothing like that. No. YouTube age restricts nudity, gore, and stuff like that, and I completely understand. But here's the thing. For me, I like horror movies, and if a horror movie involves sex, nudity, or gore, like people dying in bloody ways, then that's fine. I like horror movies like that. And I don't care if it involves sex or nudity. But, especially if someone reviews those movies, YouTube apparently age restricts their videos, and it's a little bit frustrating for them. And anyway, I'm sorry about rambling about that. Anyway, so I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I mean, I just feel rather awkward about all of this, that I've said all of this. I'm sorry. I sex still bothers me. It still does, especially when it's shown in explicit detail. When it's shown, it just grosses me out. If you have a story, and if there's no pictures of sex, then that's fine. That's fine. But anyway, when I was little, I went on Wattpad, and my first story that I saw was of a man and another man, two male characters having sex for some reason with toys, and I felt like I was gonna vomit. And one of the other stories involved a YouTuber who I used to like at the time, and it involved his story was a lemon fanfic, and if you obviously know about lemons and one-shot stories, it's obviously about sex, especially explicitly told, and it was about him and his wife, and I'm pretty sure whoever thought of this just had a dirty mind, and it was just not okay. It was just not okay. I was horrified. I was young. I was horrified. And sex, obviously, and still does, grosses me out. It makes me feel uncomfortable. Extremely uncomfortable. I don't know if this video might get age restricted, but you know what? It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because, honestly, I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't. And also, I've been thinking about this for just for a few days, about making a third story to the Richard Hayes story, even though I haven't made the second one. So, yeah, I don't know. I already know what I wanted to do with the third story, but it was mixed up in my brain, and now it's also surrounding this OC and his involvement with sex, porn, and stuff like that. It's weird. It's really weird. I don't know what to think about it. I don't know what to think about all of this, but that's all for this weird, just awkward video. I'm really sorry. Bye.